to our channel, and in today's episode I want to do a video about culture shock when a Kenyan leaves a country and goes to another country. So in this episode I want to compare two countries, that is Kenya, I'm Kenyan, and Nigeria. I trust most of you have heard of Nigeria as a country, or have had the chance to visit the country itself. Me myself personally have lived there for some 2 to 3 years or 4, and before my living there I had visited it like 2 times. So feel most welcome, and let me share my story. So the first first culture shock I saw when I first stepped foot in the Nigerian land is right from the airport, the Murtala Mohammed Airport. The very same minute you land at the airport, you will see a very big difference from Kenya and Nigeria. So the first thing I noticed about Nigerians is like they love African print. So most of them, they even men, children, women, they do a lot of their native dresses. In Kenya we call them kitenge, and you know the African prints. Yes. So in Nigeria, when I was at the airport, like, wow, these people love this kind of dressing. The way they put on is like they love their culture. In Kenya, most people don't love African prints like the Nigerians do. It's like a few people do the African print, but I did not say that Kenyans don't do it completely, but a few. But if you compare with Nigeria, they do a lot of African print, including men, and mostly if you see two people wearing same African print, like a woman and a woman, the first thing you should know is like they are a couple. That is how you identify families when you are in Nigeria. It's like children, mommy, daddy. If they are going for an occasion, mostly they wear the African print. If it is the same fabric, to be the same color for every member of the family. So that is the first way. If you want to know a Nigerian, typical Nigerian family, is they will be putting their same outfit from head to toe. The woman will put on a beautiful headgear and a beautiful dress, or their skirt and blouses, and the same will be with the daddy and their children. So I did not say that all of Nigerians do that, but at least 99.99% of what I learned while I was there. So the second thing, I don't know if this one will sound like being how do I put it, looking down upon them, but it's what I saw. Is like most of them love to bleach their skin. Yes, you had that right. If you've been there, I guess you will support me. I don't know if how they see it. I don't know who told Nigerians that if you are black, you are ugly, and if you are, they call it yellow, if you are fair in complexion, is when you are beautiful. So I noticed that most of them love to use these bleaching creams, and that one is not only ladies but also men. Wow, I was like, wow, really? Black is beautiful. Why would somebody do this to their skin? Because we all know the side effects of those bleaching creams, because 99.9% have those harmful chemicals which can cause skin infection and other diseases. So I'm not imposing on anyone, though. That is just my honest opinion, what I saw when I went there. So when they do so, there is not only the cream they apply on the skin, but it starts back from the bathroom. The shower gels they use, or the soaps, are for bleaching, but not all Nigerians. Some, most of them which I interacted with. I did not interact with every Nigerian, though, but at least what I saw, it's like a culture there. It starts from the soap they use in the bathroom, or the shower gels, the cream they apply on their body, the oils, everything. some of them, not everyone. Apart from their love for African prints, and the second one I said about bleaching. The third thing I noticed, I did not say that Kenyans don't bleach, no, but the percentage of Kenyans using those bleaching creams is less compared to the percentage of Nigerians using them. Because if you are, for example, if you are in Lagos, 9 out of 10 girls you will meet, you will see from their skin that they've bleached or they are in the process of bleaching. So I might be wrong though. I am free from correction, but from what I saw, majority do that, and you will see that from the way their skin looks like. If it's somebody is naturally fair, you will know, yes, admittedly, but if it is not, you will also know. So the third culture shock I saw while I was living there is this one called, they call it, I don't know whether that is an Igbo language, it's called Omugo. Maybe I did not pronounce it right, but is in their culture. Let's say, for example, me, if I'm married to one of them, and I give birth. So what happens is that my mommy, if I'm a Nigerian, my mommy will come when I'm about to put to bed or to give birth, and when I've given birth, to help me, which is very good. We don't do that in Kenya. It's very good. Actually, when I gave birth to my baby, I enjoyed that my mother-in-law came and helped me. She will come like from almost when you are about to deliver, or immediately as soon as she hears that you've delivered. She will come, your mother-in-law, either from your side if you're a lady, and from a man's side she will also come. So they will be swapping. When if your husband's mom comes first, she will stay with you, help you. I was treated like a queen. So my work was to eat, sleep, take care of my baby, of which she did it 90% rather than most of the time. She will do dishes, cook for you, clean the house, do your laundry, bathe the baby for you, everything, which is so nice and kind of them. I love that really much. So most of the time I was just resting, because giving birth is not a joke. So that one, I challenge Kenyans, they should copy that. In Kenya, when you give birth, nobody will come to help you. You will be on your own. Maybe your little sister, which has no experience at all about anything. Childbirth, when the baby is born, there are special things they should be doing to them. Like in Nigeria, we normally know that moms have a lot of experience because they gave birth to us. But so when somebody gives birth, they need that experienced person to help you around, which is so good about Nigeria. So for example, my mother-in-law came because my mom is in Kenya. She couldn't come. So my mama-in-law from my Nigerian husband came and helped me. It's like she was like God sent. And also it's like she stayed for up to when the baby was almost 1 year. That was a long time. So in Kenya, nobody will do that to you. It's like it's an abomination from my culture, especially from the Luo community. Mother-in-law visiting son-in-law or daughter-in-law in her house is like a taboo. She will visit, yes, but she will not stay long. It's like I don't know how they put it, but it's not a good picture. They should not have that that close relations with their son-in-law. It's like that casual. I might be wrong though. I'm not deep rooted into the Luo culture, but that one is a good example to emulate for Kenyans. Nigerians love their daughter-in-laws and their babies. When they put to birth, they will come. So my mother-in-law was there with me, for me, helped me around, bathe the baby, feed the baby, did the laundry. As I've said, she did everything. And when she left, my sister also came. and stayed with me. So most of the time, I felt like the load was taken off my shoulders, and it was a relief. So that was the third culture shock I learned about Nigerians while I stayed there. It's amazing, right? So Kenyans, the ball is in your court, improve on that, because when a daughter-in-law gives birth, they need help, admittedly. But nobody in Kenya will take their time, like my mommy. I don't know whether she will leave her house and stayed with me for almost 1 year because I gave birth. No, they don't do that. So that was something to take back home, and I told them. They were amazed. Wow, really? They did that for you? That is so amazing, so loving, so sweet, and I appreciate her till today. So the fourth culture shock I learned while I was in Nigeria is about their food. Wow, they have a lot of food, oh, variety and nice ones, and some I've never even tried. Like for example, the first culture shock in Kenya, we don't eat snails. Yes, you heard me right, snails. But in Nigeria, snails are delicacy. There was a time my husband went to market and bought snails. Yes, Nigerian husbands are sweet. They go to market, do groceries shopping for you. So he went to the market, bought big snails, the African giant snails, and put them there. Those things are creepy, and I cannot even touch them. So the snails walked out of the container where they were kept, and they were all over the floor, all over the wall, and I shouted like, "Oh my God, what will I do?" So I had to call my landlady's daughter, and she came and collected them for me. So that is the fourth culture shock about their food I learned. They eat snails. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, but I can't eat that. So apart from snails, they also eat dogs. Dog meat is a delicacy there. So it's like there was a time I went to visit my uncle, and the little son was telling me, "Auntie Giles, I went to visit my grandpa. Do you know what they ate? They cooked dog meat pepper soup. That thing was sweet, oh." So that boy was telling me, I was like, "What? You ate dog meat?" So in Kenya, who eats dog? I remember also there was a time we went to village, eastern Nigeria, that is in Abia State. And my great grandma's dog was hurt. When I asked them what happened to this dog, it's like the dog escaped out of the compound when it was left free to move around, and somebody was trying to catch the dog so that they will have meat for that day. So the dog escaped death narrowly. So that one is a proof that really they eat dog. I'm not lying. But in Kenya, we don't eat snails, we don't eat dogs. And also, there's something called eba. You've seen them if you are a fan of Nigerian movies. The solids they eat. In Kenya, we are used to eating ugali, which is made from corn flour. We are also used to eating rice. We are also used to eating this pasta. But in Nigeria, their staple food are those swallows. They call them swallows. We have gari, which they used to make eba. We also have this one called semo. We also have fufu. We also have, which one? There are plenty. And the way they make them is totally different from the way we make our ugali back home in Kenya. For like, if you want to cook the eba, you will take water in your kettle and boil it. After you boil it, you take plastic bowl, like these small basins we used to wash our hands or do anything in Kenya. Turn that water into that basin, and after that you take your gari. Gari is a dry cassava flour. They do it, it's processed. After that you pour the gari into the bowl with hot water, then you mix it, you turn it with turning stick or the cooking stick. Then after that, your food is ready, you are eating it. It's like, if you will do that to Kenya, you will say the food is raw. Because in Kenya, when we cook our ugali, we put it on fire, you boil water, turn your corn flour into the boiling water on your pot. Then you turn it with that same cooking stick until the ugali is stiff and the fire has really entered its body. So that is contrary to what I learned in Nigeria. So it's like this thing is raw and it's very thin. It's like they did not put enough flour, but to them that is normal, and they enjoy it. And I had to get accustomed to it because that was the only thing I could eat, because they say if you go to Rome, do what Romans are doing. So at the first few months or years, I did not enjoy it, and I lost a lot of weight. But afterwards, I got used to it, and I could make my gari when nobody was home and eat it like a typical Nigerian woman. Yes. So the another thing is how they cook their soups. They have plenty of soups. The one I learned to cook was I could cook pepper soup. I could cook egusi soup. That is one of my favorites. So when they cook their soup, is like they use the palm oil, but in Kenya we are used to the pure vegetable oil. So that is the difference. So in a Nigerian typical soup, they will put vegetable plus the meat plus the fish, everything in one pot, which makes food looks like baby's food. But in Kenya, when we cook our meat separately, then we cook our vegetables separately. Then when we serve them, we have a side dish. But in a Nigerian home, when you are cooking everything, you put it in the same pot. It's like they put vegetable inside there. They put fish inside the same pot. They add meat inside the same pot. They add crayfish, if you've seen them, if you had them. They put them. That is normally used. Crayfish and egusi is used to thicken the soup, and they are very rich in a lot of things. So they have some health benefits behind it. So that is how their food looks like. So if you see the food, you see vegetable, is like that moment you are mixing your baby's food, and you have to mix everything, smash it so it will look like somehow. So that is how it is, and they normally enjoy it. So to avoid being to stumble others, you have to do what they do and learn to get accustomed to it, guess to it, and you enjoy, because when they eat as a family, and when they serve you food and you don't eat, it will sound rude. So to avoid stumbling them, yeah, I had to try it, and I actually came to like it. So that is why I said egusi soup is one of my favorite Nigerian soups. So they have a lot of soups. I can't remember all the names, but the one I remember most is egusi, my favorite. So another thing I learned about Nigerians, about food, is like they eat animal skin. It's like in Kenya, when we kill a bull or a cow, the skin, or rather the hides, they use them to make some other things like drums and many other things. But that dry skin, they soak it and smoke it and sell it in the market for people to consume. Amazing, right? And weird. So that is a delicacy they add into their soups, and it's normal to them. If you bring that to a Kenyan in the market to buy animal skin or hide, they will be like, are you crazy? But they chop that in Nigeria. So that is another culture shock I learned. Another thing, the one I can remember was about when a king dies. Yes, so that one is mostly not in all states, but in some states. So there's this thing with the Yoruba. Yoruba is Western Nigeria, that is Lagos and its environment. So when a king dies, I stand to be corrected though, but that is what I saw out of experience. So when he dies, they have to appease the gods. So that means they have to kill some people and use them for human sacrifice. I'm not superstitious though, but they do it. They call it oro. So I don't know the number of people they actually have to kill, but I know when the king of the local government I was living in died, there had to be some curfews in the region. So it's like they say from this time of the day to this time, there is no movement, and if you are found outside, you are on your own, because those people are under the influence of Satan, the devil himself. So they have no pity, they have no mercy. They will batter you and use you to appease the gods or for human sacrifice. So that happens in most of the states. I don't know. I did not live in all the states in Nigeria, but I've lived in Lagos, and that one happened when I was having my baby. So my water broke at night, and it was that season of Oro where the king died, and they're looking for people to kill for human sacrifice. So it was time of curfew, and my husband was like, we should go to hospital. And it was just like a day before that day my water broke, I heard a woman was killed because she was pregnant with twins, and it was that curfew time. And when labor comes, you have no control, you have to seek medication, you have to go to hospital. So the husband and friends carried her so that they will go to the hospital. But when they reached such an area, they met with those people for sacrifice. So because nobody loves their life, so the people who are carrying the woman had to run away to save their lives, and they left the helpless woman there, and she was killed. And actually that was so sad, but nobody is perfect, and we all err. So the woman had to be killed by those monsters, and actually to their side it was advantageous because they got 3 human sacrifices at once, because she was pregnant with twins and the woman herself. So it's like they got 3 people at once, which to them is like they were happy. It was their day and their work was made easier. But that was that. So that day I was told we should go to a hospital because it is risky, we can lose the baby. I said no. I don't want to go and die. Jehovah my God will save me. So I said no, and I stood my legs on the ground. So we had to wait up to the following morning is when I went to hospital, and actually everything was okay. So I don't know whether I will be dead by now if I were to obey my husband that we should go to hospital. So that is another culture shock, because in Kenya, maybe I can say superstition is being practiced everywhere in the world, but it is not as open as they do in Nigeria, as in Kenya. Another thing is about I will not dwell too much on the juju side of them because I hate to speak about it. I will not give the Satan that importance of discussing him or her. I don't know whether Satan is a male or female though. But another thing is about superstition. The things you see in Nigerian movies happens in real life situation and live in Nigerland. So that is that being said, there was a time we were walking, and when we reached somewhere, my colleague who is a Nigerian told me that I should not step on that thing. There was a broken piece of cooking pot somewhere lying on the road, and because it was that season of Oro, it's like they were very desperate and they needed more human rituals, more people to kill, and they were not getting because people were being more vigilant. So they would do something and put it on the road. So that piece of cooking pot was actually used. It had demonic things on it. So if I would step on it and I was innocently walking on the road, they will get to kill me and use me for those rituals. So that woman told me, my friend, that I should not step on that because she is a native, she knows their culture. And that one never happens in Kenya, even though people do practice those things. I did not say Kenyans are angels. They don't practice such, but they do. But it's not as open as in Nigerland. And another thing I learned about is which is not so much common in Kenya, is how they appreciate their culture. So Nigeria as a country is known to be a country very rich in culture, as most of you may confess it's true. So they appreciate their culture so much. For example, if you want to get married in Nigeria, the first thing, which is not a must though, you must do what we call traditional wedding, where they put on those their beautiful traditional attires and name them, and they perform those traditions, is when they will do the white wedding. They call it introduction. So somebody might opt to do the traditional wedding alone. It's normal and it's allowed, and after that they will call it they've married. And also somebody might want to do only the white wedding, but most of the Nigerians, like 99%, they do the traditional wedding. They do the introduction is when they will do the white wedding. And that being said, I appreciate that about them. Unlike in Kenya, the only community in Kenya which is still holding on to their tradition when it comes to attires are the Maasai. They are known for that all over the world. But Nigerians, like 99%, if you attend a convention anywhere in the world and there's a Nigerian there, you will never miss them putting on their beautiful traditional attires, the agbadas for the Yorubas, the headgears they put, and the geles. They call it gele. I don't know which other language they call them, but you will never miss where a situation where, or an occasion where there's a Nigerian, and you will not be able to recognize them from their attire, because they embrace it and they love it, and we appreciate, or I personally appreciate that so much about them. So contrary to Kenyans, as I had mentioned, the only community known to maintain their tradition in terms of their attire are the Maasais. So Maasais of Kenya also, if you go to any part of the world and there is a Maasai there, I've seen them even in New York, London, any part of the world, if they are there, South Africa, you will see them wearing their beautiful beads and the wrappers on their body, and that stick and a small knife or spade like, so that one you will recognize them that wow, this one must be a Maasai from Kenya. So the same goes with Nigerians. With most of them you will see this one must be a Yoruba, this one must be a Igbo, this one must be an Hausa man or Hausa woman, Igbo, etc. So that one is, there's a big contrast between culture when it comes to their traditional attires, when if you do a comparison with the Kenyan. So that all being said, there's a lot of things I want to share, but I cannot share all of them in this video. Another thing I want to share about Nigerians is their hospitality and love. Wow, they're very hospitable and loving. It's like when you go to, assume you go to a foreign land where you know nobody, everything you see around you is different, from food, clothing, the way they do things and such. A total stranger, and they're being so kind to you, so everybody will be amazed. So actually they're very hospitable and kind, and I did not say that Kenyans are not hospitable, neither are they kind. They are also, but the level on which Nigerians are kind and hospitable is on another level. So I appreciate both countries in terms of that. Let's say, for example, if you go to Nairobi, Kenya, and you want to go somewhere you don't know, and let's say you are on River Road and you want to go to Mombasa, for example, and you don't know where you can book your car. If you ask somebody at Nairobi River Road the direction, Do you know what will happen? They will direct you to wrong direction, to thugs, and they will actually steal from you and even kill you. So that one, I did not say that Kenyans are bad people, but they are bad people everywhere, even though they are good people too. So if there was a time I was in Lagos, and since I was new there and I was alone, I wanted to go and get something, and I asked certain lady that, please, ma, I want to go to such a place and I don't remember the direction and I want to buy just that thing. So the lady actually took her time, left everything she was doing. She closed her shop and took me there, helped me bought the things I want, because normally if you are new somewhere and they realize that you are a foreigner, they will overcharge you or overprice you. So the lady, being kind and loving, she took me there and helped me with everything. So I was able to get the products I wanted at a fair normal price, of which if they knew I was alone and I did not know the normal prices, they could have gave me even triple or double the prices. So that one really touched my heart. And wherever you are, she's called Ada. Thank you so much, and Jehovah bless you. I never forgot your kindness. So another thing is about their currency. Their currency is very weak against dollar or even Kenyan. So let's say, for example, you are in Kenya and you want to send somebody money to Nigeria. It's like, let's say you want to send like $100 from Kenya is like 10,000 Kenyan shillings. If you send it to somebody in Nigeria, it would be like 3 times the amount you send. It's like 1 Kenyan shilling equals to 3 Nigerian, three naira in Nigerian currency. Their currency is naira. Kenyan, we have Kenyan shilling. So their naira value is very low. It's like if I want to send money from Nigeria to Kenya, I will have to send a lot in terms of that currency. For example, if you want somebody in Kenya to receive like 30,000 Kenyan shilling, you have to send like more than 100,000 naira, so that they will be able to receive the amount you require from there. So I think that's all for today. I will do the second episode about the things you should know before you date or marry a Nigerian, from my own experience, like a Kenyan who is married to a Nigerian. So please do well to subscribe to my channel. Click on that notification bell so that you won't miss of any of my upcoming episodes on this series about Kenya versus Niger. So thank you so much for your support, and I hope to see you in our next episode. Bye bye, and I wish you good health.